All right, so let me know which question you guys have. Yes, Nathan.
Number 7.
What did number 7 says?
Sine 2x minus tangent x is tangent x plus cosine 2x.
Proving identity?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second. Let me get there. Okay, number 7. Sine of 2x, sine of 2x minus tangent of x equal to tan of x cosine of 2x. So that means 2 sine of x cosine of x, right? Minus sine of x over cosine of x. Is that okay? So what do I do next? What do I do next? Common denominator? Who says that? I cannot see you. Who's you? Huh? Morales? Okay, so did you do that? Cosine of x, right? So that'd be cosine of x. It'd be 2 sine of x, cosine of x, minus sine of x. And huh. Yeah.
Wouldn't the cosine of x be squared?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so now what do I do next? Do you guys see it? I see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Can you eliminate it?
Sure. Can I factor out sine of x? What is this? What is it? Cosine 2x. And that's equal to tan of x cosine 2x. And that's it. Very easy. You have to know your identity though. That's why I say those identity are gonna help you. Yes? Which one? Can you look at your identity sheet and look at the double angle identity? This is one of the double angle identity. You don't see it? One of double identity is for the cosine. You got cosine square minus sine square x, or you got 2 cosine square, or you got 1 minus 2 sine. Wait, yeah. Yeah, this should be cosine. I'm sorry. You're right. So sine x over cosine of x is tan of x.
And then but sorry, I don't understand like for the. Oh, okay. Sorry, you split the cosine. I understand.
think that happening minus sign. Hold on, let me double make sure. Let me double make sure the questions. Give me a second. Maybe something. It's I think double angle is what? 1 minus 2 sine square. Oh, my brain's not working in the morning. Let me make sure something. Good. Huh? Yeah, I think you're right. Hold on a second. Let me double make sure. No, it's 2 cosine square minus 1. 1 minus 2 sine square. Yeah, that's right. Kind of difficult question. Not too bad. Did I use a red pen to do a correction so that way you know what you did wrong? Otherwise, you use black, that means you did it and you don't pay attention to it. So this is a study skill you need. It's not anything else. Yes? What does 4 says?
Cosine 7 pi over 12.
This one is in the notes. So you want to break down the cosine of 7 pi over 12. You want to make sure you have 2 angles add together. So you can start thinking about pi over 12 plus 6 pi over 12. But the problem, pi over 12 doesn't give you, pi over 12 doesn't give you unit circle value, right? Now, if you think of 2 pi over 12 and 5 pi over 12, that also doesn't give you unit circle value. But which one gives you unit circle value? Yeah, 3 pi over 12. Well, what's 3 pi over 12? Pi over 4, right? And this is pi over 3, right? So can I use sum and difference to figure out this? Use the CSO to figure out this. Does that make sense, Charlotte?
Could you do subtraction for it, or do you have to?
You can do subtraction. I like addition better, but you can do subtraction. So let's just say if you do what?
3 pi over 4 minus 5 over 6.
Yeah, that's right. You should get the same exact answer. You should try both way and get it. You guys should get the exact same answer. So this homework including about 60% of stuff. Proving identity should including another 20% stuff, and you got actually, yeah, this homework has some proving identity. Not a really difficult one, but it was good enough. I think this question is good enough. Can I go over today's stuff? Sure. Number what? 8, sure. Number 8. Okay, that's a good question. I don't know which side to work on though. Hold on a second, let me think about it. Yeah, I will work on the right side. So let's work on the right side. So 1 over sine of x. I don't know, I never did this question before, so I'm gonna try it. Wing it. Sine of x over sine of x. And that's gonna be sine square of x. Hold on, don't copy down yet. 1 minus cosine square of x. And that's equal to, wait a second. Hold on. 1 over sine minus sine, sine over sine, 1 minus sine, 1 minus cosine square. That's just cos. Oh, that just becomes wait, that becomes sine squared. That becomes 1. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Did I copy wrong? Let me make sure. Oh, I know which question this form. Hopefully I didn't copy wrong. Let me see if I copy wrong. Cotan cosecant of x minus sine of x. No, I did not copy wrong. Let me see, did I did anything wrong? Let me try the right side then. Right side is gonna be cosine square of x over sine square of x. Times sine of x. And that is gonna cancel one of them out. So it'll be cosine square of x over sine of x. And that's equal to 1 minus cosine square of x over sine of x. And that's equal to, wait a second, what did I do? 1 minus, no, this one should be 1 minus sine square, my bad. 1 minus sine square. So that's gonna be cosecant of x, I split them, minus sine of x, and that's gonna give you the same thing. So what I do is I change this to cosine over sine, and times the cosecant, so 1 over cosecant is equal to sine of x, so 1 over sine of x cancel out, you got cosine square of x over sine of x. You change this using the double Pythagorean identity, and then you split them. Yes.
Quicker if you just switch the cosine square of x, you switch it, like use the identity to make it cosecant square of x minus 1 over the cosecant x, and then you split it.
Possibly, yeah. There's no one way fits all systems. A lot of time that you see a different proof, so that's why I hate grading this test. Usually, like, you have to check, but some kids also make shit up. Like, they just say, "Yep, yeah, it's equal to this," and you'll be like, "No, that's not." You break math here somewhere, and so it's really hard to identify a lot of questions. So yeah, so it's one of the things that you have to think about. Yes. Are you thinking about here, from here to here? Are you thinking from here to here? Just split. I sometimes skip step. And that's gonna be cosecant of x minus sine of x. It's weird because the other way I got, oh, because the other time I write down sine square on the bottom. That's why. Julia, questions? Neil? Good? Did you do homework, Neil? There's Robert. Hey, Robert. You're only like 10 minutes late. Sure. Sure. Where are you going?
Huh?
There's no seat here anymore.
Oh.
I'm gonna sit over there next to Aiden, or next to Emily. Yeah, next to Emily, yeah. All right, let's talk about today's stuff. Today is probably the most important day, because today, Ian, I need you to stay awake, because later on you're gonna say, I don't understand. I know I have allergy too, because I sneezed all night, so that's not one of the excuses. So, let's talk about simple equations. Remember, unit circle. unit circle is equivalent to memorize multiplication table. So this is the first stage you will learning. Second stage. What is the exact value? Well, exact value is like, what is, I don't know, cotangent of 2 pi over 3. Okay, let's ask you. How many you guys know what's cotangent of 2 pi over 3? Don't shout it. Ian, I need you to stay awake because later on it's gonna, I cannot keep on telling you to stay awake, but you need to stay awake. Otherwise, there's no reason you're here for. Okay, do you know what cotangent of 2 pi over 3 is? And you should know it inside your head. And that's like a same thing like saying what is 7 times 6. You cannot say, I need to memorize unit circle, so I'm going to do 7 times 1, 7 times 2, 7 times 3, 7 times 4, 7 times 5, times 7 times 6. And that's equal to 42. But cotangent 2 pi over 3, you just have to straight know it. If you in this class for this long, you should know it the right value. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to figure out. And for me, I don't even need a pencil. A good student should do it without pencil. Should be able to figure out what cotangent 2 pi over 3 is. Check each other, see what I get. Emerson, what'd you get? Square root 3? Nope. Huh? Robert, what'd you get? Guess I'm missing something. Negative root 3 over 3. How many of you guys got it right the first time? Okay, it's only like the 40% here, and that's really not good enough. You should know cotangent of 2 pi over 3. 100% of you guys should figure out this within very, very short amount of time. I'm going to give you one more. Cosecant of negative 7 pi over 6. All right. The time is up. How many of you guys got a number? Raise your hand if you got a number. Okay. Nathan. Negative 2. How many of you guys got negative 2? Ooh, that's even smaller number. That's bad. It is negative 2. Oh, yeah, positive 2. Sorry, it's positive. Oh, my bad. Oh, it's positive 2. I was thinking about positive 2, but my brain's not thinking about positive 2. Yeah, it's positive 2. So how many of you guys got positive 2? Okay, that's better. Thank you. All right, so sorry, my fault. So now we know exact value. Great. Do you know? So this is like exact value. Third thing is sine inverse, right? Sine inverse something. That's sine inverse of negative root 2 over 2. You should know what is that. But in terms of multiplication table, it's not 7 times 6. It's like 42 is equal to 7 times what number equal to 42. So it has some type of restrictions. It has, you cannot tell me it says 7 times, you cannot say 2 times 21. You cannot say 1 times 42. You cannot say 14 times 3. You have to say specific number times a something. So there was some type of restriction in order. So multiplication table, 7 times 6, 7 times 6 is exact value. But now 7 times what equal to 42? It has to have a specific value here because there was a certain restrictions here. So when is sine inverse of negative root 2 over 2? Can somebody tell me that? Charlotte? Negative pi over 4. That's correct. So if you got us far, it's what we learned so far. The next stage is called solving equation. Well, next stage, I'm going to give you a 42. It's equal to what times what? There's a lot of combinations. It's 1 times 42, right? 2 times 21. 3 times 14. And for 7 times 6. So there's total 6 different factors. So there are a lot of factors, and you have to know them all. Why? Because today we're going to ask a question like this. Hey, solving trig equation. I can ask you sine of theta equal to negative root 3 over 2. And I can say, hey, can you find out what theta is? Now, there's two types of answer. They would say a general solution. General solution, that means from negative infinity to infinity. So there are infinite amount of solution. There's a particular solution. That means there was only 2 in this case. I want to find out what theta is. Now remember, I want all kind of factor here. So can you tell me what is theta? Which theta is going to give you negative root 3 over 2? Okay, that's one of them. 4 pi over 3 is good. That's not wrong. And then 5 pi over 3. So there are 2 answers, right? But the thing is, there are more than 2 answers. Why? You got all the m pi. So this is called a general solution. 2m pi plus 2m pi. Why? Because n is a natural number. So you can have multiple of 2 pi's added to there. And that's going to be infinite amount of answer. And the way to think about it is this. Hey, if I graph this, right? If I graph this. If I graph sine of x. And I graph y equal to root 3 over 2. Like this. And negative. Now you see, there was infinite amount of intersections. There was here, 4 pi over 3, 5 pi over 3, like Yen says. But there's also the next one, 10 pi over 3 to 11 pi over 3. What's the difference? You're adding what? 2 pi. Or it could be multiple 2 pi. So there are infinite amount of answers. There's not only one. So this is called general solution. General solution. Is that okay? So it's going to be 4 pi over 3 plus 2m pi. And theta is equal to 5 pi over 3 plus 2m pi. Because n is a natural number. Natural number. Which is integers. Actually, natural number only integers. So it's not. It's actually probably. And this can be like any integers. Could be negative integers. So can you tell me what's cosine of theta is equal to That just say equal to, I don't know, negative root 2 over 2. What will be the two general solution that you get? Yen, you want to write it down because you can remember it now, but at home you're not gonna remember it. So write it down. The best thing is write it down now. And write down the question, write down now. Because don't shout it, and other people need to think. I need you to write it down. Everybody's done? Marion, what'd you get? 3 pi over 4? And what else? Okay, but what else I need to add here? To what? To m pi. And if you got this, you're doing great. Okay, so let me give you the first question. What if I have 3 sine of x minus 2 is equal to 5 sine of x minus 1? I want you to solve for x. So think about this as 3x minus 2, 5x minus 1. You isolate the sine of x, you're going to figure out what the rest of them. Cohen, are you awake? You guys solve it? Yes, maybe? It's just like solving equations, kind of fun. You guys all remember how to do 3x minus 2, 5x minus 1, how to solve those, right? Hopefully. Hold on a second, let me see. Yeah, that looks right.
That's right.
Mhm.
Will you be able to solve? Yeah, is it
The answer is 7 pi over 6 plus 2 m pi, 11 pi over 6 plus 2 m pi.
in the y?
Ian, write it down. If you don't write down stuff, I cannot help you. Yes? 7 pi over 6 plus 2 m pi, 11 pi over 6 plus 2 m pi. So just like you solving equations, no different compared to this. What's the difference? You subtract 3 sine of x, right? You subtract 3x on both sides, right? So you got negative 2 equal to 2x minus 1. And then that's equal to negative 2 equal to 5 sine of x minus 1. I'm going to plus 1 on both sides. Oops. Hold on a second. Minus 5. Minus 3, sorry. This is 3. And that's 2. So I'm going to plus 1 on both sides. So that's going to give you negative 1 equal to 2 sine of x. And I'm going to divide it by 2 on both sides. So that's sine of x equal to negative 1/2. X is equal to negative 1/2 is 5 pi over 6. No, 7 pi over 6. So 7 pi over 6. And x is equal to 11 pi over 6. Plus 2 m pi plus 2 m pi. The nice thing is you can check the calculator. Yes.
Do you prefer if we were to just use like positive numbers, or if I were to use like negative pi over 6 plus 2 m pi?
I prefer to use 0 to 2 pi. There's a reason why we can do 0 to 2 pi. Okay? And then, so this is plus 1 here, plus 1 here. It's no different. And x is equal to negative 1 over 2. And same thing, except now we solve sine of x equal to negative half. Is that okay? Now, I'm going to talk about one more thing. If I have a tangent of x, actually, we're going to do tangent of x here. Is equal to 1. What is x equal to? There are two values. Pi over 4 and 5 pi over 4, because that's the only time it gets 1. But now we don't plus 2m pi. What do we plus? It's actually m pi. Why? Because a period for tangent occur every pi rather than occur every 2 pi. Sine and cosine, they occur every 2 pi. Does that make sense? But tangent occur every pi. So plus m pi here rather than 2m pi. It's only happened to tangent and the cotangent, 2m pi. Is that okay? Yes.
Is this like related to when we did the graphic? The following?
Yep. Because it's only, this is the period for tangent. Okay, so I'm going to show you this one. 2 cosine square of x plus cosine of x minus 1 is equal to 0. How do I solve for this? So can you do it? Use a box. This is why I say the box is way better than the way you learned in the past. Because the box is very illustrative. It's able to illustrate this everything happening. Why the box better? So it's first, last, middle, like this. You cannot go wrong with the box. It's so nice. Which two things multiplied together is going to give you 2 cosine square of x? Cosine, no, not cosine square of x. 2 cosine of x, cosine of x. Does that make sense? That's going to give you cosine square of x. Well, what times what equal to 1? 1 and 1, right? So 2 cosine x and the cosine of x. Which one need to be negative? The one on the bottom, right? And that is equal to, pair diagonally, 2 cosine of x minus 1 times by cosine of x plus 1. Two cosine of x minus 1 equal to 0, just like how you're solving any quadratic equations. Cosine of x plus 1 equal to 0. Set each factor equal to 0. 2 cosine of x equal to 1. Cosine of x equal to 1/2. Cosine of x is equal to negative 1. When does cosine of x equal to 1/2? What? 5 over 3 is equal to 1. There's one more. Pi over 3 plus 2m pi on each. Right? And then when does the cosine of x equal to negative 1? Austin? asking.
What do you mean? Just
Pi is correct. Yen, did you write anything down? Because I'm gonna double check your notes. Later on, you're gonna be like telling me like I don't get it, and I'm gonna be like, huh?
I did write stuff.
Okay, I just need to make sure. Because later on, you're gonna tell me it says I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to start, but my motto of the class is just write shit down. That's it. Jayla, do you have a question right now? Because I don't want to answer your question later, so you gotta ask questions. No? Okay, lay down. I'm gonna take you account to that. You gotta learn to look at your notes. Pay attention what happens. Let me give you one. I want you to solve this. Think about all the math. Cosine square of x is equal to 1. Think about all the math. I'm going to tell you, all the math. Even the simplest thing in Algebra 2, Algebra 1, it matters. Now, this time, I don't want you to write general solution. I want you to find particular solution, which is, I want you to find all the solution between 0 to 2 pi. I don't care about outside anymore. I care about a particular solution between 0 to 2 pi. So you don't have to write down 2n pi anymore, or n pi, or 10, or cotan. How many guys got it done? Here's the thing. How many answers did you find? Do you find 2 answers? Raise your hand. Did you find 1 answer? Raise your hand. Did you find any other answer besides 2 and 1? Neil is the only one guy right. There are 4 answers.
I think
There are 4 answers between 0 to 2 pi. You got it, Charlotte? Okay, both Robinsons.
you mean other than
There's 4 answers total. We don't talk about infinite amount of answer. We only talk about between 0 to 2 pi. What you get?
yeah, with the 4 pi over 3, 5 over 3, 2 pi over 3, and 5 over 3.
All right, so let's talk about simple math. 4x squared equal to 1. What are you supposed to do? And you're supposed to square root both sides. Remember, when we talk about square root, we must have what? But the problem is you don't have plus minus. You show 1 answer in algebra. You show 2 answers in trig. Because sine square of x is equal to 1 over 4. Sine of x is equal to square root 1 over 4. Now you forgot a plus minus, so do not forget the plus minus because that matters. So sine of x equal to 1/2 or sine of x equal to -1/2. Do you see that? And then x is equal to what? Well, all the pi, it should be over pi over 6, right? Did you tell me pi over 3?
No, 5 or 6.
Oh, okay. So x equal to 5 pi over 6, x equal to 7 pi over 6, x equal to 11 pi over 6. So we're learning all the things combined now, not just one.
Difference is squares.
You can use the difference of a square, yes, absolutely. Some people says, hey, I don't know how to do this, but I'm gonna do what I know, like this. I can use difference of a square, so it'll be 2 sine of x minus 1, and the 2 sine of x plus 1. Either way, you got the right answer. But the thing about this way is you don't have to worry about plus minus when you square both sides. So less mistakes can happen. We're going to talk about 2 more things. One is this one. Two cosine square of x plus 3 sine of x. What is the major issue that you have here? What? I like that. You're thinking. 2 different trick. Can we convert to one kind? Which one, Charlotte? I like that. Can I do this? Because they are sine square and cosine of x. What if I convert everything to cosine of x? That becomes a factorable situation, right? So that's going to be 2 minus 2 sine square of x plus 3 sine of x. Now becomes a factorable situation, so I can multiply everything by -1. Why multiply everything by -1? Because I don't like this negative. So that's be 2 sine square of x minus 3 sine of x plus -2, sorry, -2. Then that becomes a factorable situation. Yes, you can do that, absolutely. So be 2 sine square of x minus 2 minus 3 sine of x. Which two things multiply to give you 2 sine square of x? 2 sine of x and sine of x. And which two things multiply is going to give me 2? 1 and 2. Do I place 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom? Bottom? Wait, 2 on the top or 2 on the bottom? 2 on the top or 2 on the bottom? It should be on the top. Because this is going to give you 4 sine of x. And this is going to give you sine of x. And one of them is negative, right? The one's negative. No, not the one. Marty tried to lie to me. Why are you doing that? Don't lie to me. Trying to trick me. Trying to test if I know my math. Sometimes I don't. That's okay. Sorry, I just had to make fun of you. Okay, so does sine x ever equal to 2 though? Does sine of x ever equal to 2? You think about a sine wave. It's oscillating between which two values? 1 and -1, right? Do they ever get 2? No, no solutions here. No solution here. And sine of x is equal to 1/2. We have a solution here, 7 pi over 6 and 11 pi over 6. Now, do you have to add 1 over 2 pi? No. We want to find, sometimes where it says find 0 to 2 pi. In this case, we should say find between 0 to 2 pi. So 0, x, 2 pi. And that's the question. So there's going to be 2 answers. If you graph it, you're going to see 2x, 2 intercept. That's how you check your answers. Now, always think about simple algebra. Don't think of something too complex. Last question of the day. Cosine of 2x plus 3 sine of x minus 2 equal to 0. The hardest step is the first step. The hardest step is the first step. What is the problem besides Charlotte? Anybody else can tell me what is the problem in this case? Cosine of 2x plus 3 sine of x minus 2 equal to 0. Ian?
You kind of wanted to cosine.
You have make sure cosine and sine. Yeah, that's you're right. So is there anything we can resolve this issue?
Two sine squared. Or no, one. Is it 1 minus 2?
1 minus 2 sine. Can you guys look it up? What is it? Cosine of 2x is equal to what? Which one I gotta use though? There was 3 options. One of them is a good option. The other 2 is bad option.
Yep.
Yep, you're gonna change this to 1 minus 2 sine squared of x, right? Plus 3 sine of x minus 2, and then you should be able to factor this. And you should be able to finish the rest. I'm not gonna finish it, but you know how to start it. Today's homework, make sure you graph it on the, change everything to this, and you can graph on the 0, and you can see all the x-intercept. How many of you guys gonna make it this afternoon for SAT? Raise your hand. Okay, so I'll see you this afternoon. I want to see you more, actually. Jesus, I don't see you after school. If you want to get better, show up after school. Come after school. Find a ride. Somebody will probably give you a ride, Marina. You're a junior. You are going to take SAT. That's fine. No, I don't want to record it. Because if I record it, then everybody's going to stay home. Are you taking it this weekend?
Yes.
I don't know. Yes.
We just got here after school.
Yeah. What time's your game?
Well, it's not until 6. I have to leave at 4. Which is like
Can
my mom has work.
your mom has work? Yeah, I know if I record it, nobody will show up. Bye. Caroline, are you coming this afternoon? Okay.
How are you?
I'm okay. My allergy is kicking my ass.
Where's your orange juice?
Orange juice?
Yeah, last time you said you've never got sick before because you always drink orange juice and you had like a whole thing.
Yeah, no, sick and allergy is different. I'm just an allergy.
Lemon.
No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work with lemon. I see the pollens on the ground. The pollen's killing me.
You should not get allergies.
It must be nice for you. You don't understand. Allergy is a very painful thing. Can't sleep at night, or you're very tired.
Does it give you
Can't
headache?
breathe. Because you can't breathe. You have to breathe through your mouth, and then your mouth is dry. Just like. So allergy make you very tired, but you can't sleep.
Oh, because you can't breathe. In the
Yeah, and also like it kill you 2 ways.
One thing causes so many other things.
Yeah, yesterday like okay, so my car broke down.
I thought
Yeah,
you were
this time it can't even move. Like air condition just completely shut up in the middle row, and I have 2 kids in the back, and that's fine, right? Because I just opened the window. Then end up like a smoke coming out of. And it was like it's like carbon monoxide, you know. It's like, huh? I'm on teacher salary.
Last time your car like, broke down and it would have moved. You didn't
I spent $800 to fix it, but now it broke 2 weeks later.
You can go to my uncle's. There's a little mechanic shop. I'll give you a discount. I'm that dude. It's in Daytona though. Like
Oh yeah, let me drive all the way there when my car's broken. That's very useful, Omar. That's very.
you're like Omar, my favorite scooter. Start like blazing me, but you have to like to help me.
Why did you drive to Daytona, dog? With the broken car.
I'm just saying, like, if you calculate the cost benefit ratio, it'll probably be in your favor.
The funny thing is, I kind of anticipate my car's gonna broke, but so over the weekend I had to go to like Sanford for my competition. It was me and my son, and we drive into Sanford, and like my son's like, "Dad, I hear weird noises in your car." I'm like, "Yeah, it's fine, don't worry."
Last time you fixed it.
No, my radio's not even working in my car.
Bruh.
My heater's not working. My radio's not working.
You have the frame on wheels. Wait, that's what you have without AC.
Yeah, I didn't survive this year.
Do
Like,
you not like
No, I have AC. I don't have a heater. So in the winter, it broke cold air. It was like this.
now low key heaters might make my head hurt. Bro, cars are the worst investment ever. They depreciate as soon as you do the lot. Alright?
Wait, what are your cars?
My car's not even that old. 120,000 miles. 2008.
Oh, 120. That's probably why I was forgetting.
2008 is like same age as you.
I didn't go to
Is that same age as you?
Yo,
Well, we are 15, 16.
Hey, say you're an entrepreneur, right?
Sure.
Want to hear my business model?
you want to make a quick cash?
Buy a bunch of like human organs. You wait until they're needed the most, and then you price gouge.
How much do you want to lose?
That is morbid as hell. That is so morbid.
Make it big.
I think I only have
You want to live? You want to live?
Black
You want to live? I think you're big. You want to live? You want to live?
Wait, Miss Piggy, why don't you invest in like a Honda Accord? I mean, like those are reliable cars.
Like all the Indian does.
A Honda Accord?
That's what all the Indian people do. Buy Honda and
all the
Toyota.
Indian people own Teslas. Like,
Indian people are popping. Like you go to
Indian
any
people
party,
are like
people
all
own Teslas.
I think a row of like Indian people owning.
That's all the doctors read.
I talked to a restaurant owner the other day. He's like, Indian people, they're very nice to themselves, but they're very cheap on paying tips.
I mean, I'm not. My parents tip well.
Oh, your parents tip well?
Yeah, they pay 20% all.
Yeah, I mean like my low. They don't want to like invest.
Some people don't tip.
Yeah. Like, you know, like they have fast food, you got the chips. Like, bro, yeah, I know. How do they turn it?
I like that place. You have to ask your customers for tips. That says a lot about like your job.
Like if I pay ask me for 50% tip on my $4 drink. All they get is
I rely on tips.
Oh, I'm not tipping for pick it up. I tip for dining service. I'm not tip for pick it up.
So it's seriously.
Why?
Would you tip for a bad eat?
Huh?
Tip for bad eat?
Like that's not.
You're not allowed to take tip at a Publix. You know that's true. Because Ethan told me. Ethan works there too, right? Ethan Sorrow? Huh? No, he worked there for a couple of years. Alright, shh. Rayhan! What the hell are you?
For a couple days.
He's lying.
I skipped yesterday just to get extra sure.
He's lying. I saw him at a cruise.
He saw him at Kevin's party. I heard of something go down at Kevin's party. What happened in Kevin's party?
Landon throw up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Raj threw up.
Yeah, Raj threw up.
For Josh?
Yeah.
I had to clean up his shit. I was disgusting. It was like all over the porch. I'm like, bro.
Why he threw up? He's drinking too much?
I'm sure that's why
You know, like he went on an amusement park, he got like shaken up a little bit. Splattered everywhere.
Okay, how's the homework yesterday?
It was like, by 5 a.m. Friday, working the camp.
Bro, like halfway through, I'm like, what are you talking about?
How do you have 120,000 miles on your car? Did you buy it with like miles already on it?
This is my bio. Is it really?
Yeah, so you just.
Sure, and then I think
It's a lot of
just one.
Yeah.
Alright. You should be going over homework. Wait, you're not here for like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah. Well, my friend probably had, but I don't know, still gonna walk.
Who's your friend? Lynn?
Did you know that?
He's the one next.
Okay, what do you do?
He's okay.
And I tried looking on YouTube.
Yeah.
I refreshed it. I
He
don't
literally
think
just found it.
I posted, yeah, I posted yesterday.
Oh,
So what was your essay today? Like the last thing, like that part you did.
Do homework?
yeah, I was thinking doing it like
So like did you just set up? I
Your work's kind of like, at least, you can at least, it's like, look how like paper like this. At least paper, it's like, no, I think that's much better than at least.
I was looking at the thing and there was like this random scribble in the middle. I'm like,
Oh yeah, yeah. Why are you adding?
I used to erase it.
I don't have a eraser. Yeah, they didn't put it in. Oh, fuck.
I didn't check that. You guys split it up, those areas, and then add some numbers together.
Yeah, like right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
And you use your calculator to solve the section. I had an iPad.
I was trying to equal to each other and all. Why? Yeah, but it's so
What is the name of the iPad down to?
What is that, you got it? This first page, that right here, no. You don't have to show work. I just want to see.
And then you know how to change because you're doing Y now.
What?
You're doing Y, right?
Your video's not up.
You have to change it to Y, right? Or like YX.
Subscribe.
It's just from here.
All that, yo, one time about like BC polar area. I don't want to talk about BC polar area.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's not just regular.
Is that hard? What's the? Yo, Kevin, come on.
Oh, this is cool. This is cool.
Well, some of them you definitely know.
Yeah.
The first one had like that. You definitely.
One. Why did I That's like that. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
Look, it's here to here is CR. CR is normally the axis rotation to the balance line. So that's like all you get yours too.
Guys, I didn't try to ask you to evaluate first. I tried to tell you, use the calculator to do it for you first, and then if it's right, and go back to evaluate it. It's not a big problem that you don't know how to evaluate it, because on your test, it's gonna be set up only. A lot of cases, it's gonna be set up only. It's gonna have one graph, you're gonna have different rotations, then you're gonna ask you to set up. So learn how to set up correctly. Don't need to worry about evaluation. Worry about evaluation. And once you get the answer correct, worry about evaluation. Try to go back, see if you know how to do simple integral, see if you can discipline enough to find an answer. That's fine, but after you get it right set up. If you don't get it right set up, don't do those work, because you waste a lot of time. I'd rather you get through all the problem first, set up only, and then come back and do each individual problem. That way you don't waste a lot of time. Got it?
So you never know. It rotates to be washer, and then washer is this little arc. So you know how people can draw like lines from axis rotation? That's how you can find like your big arm. So your big arm is the bigger draw rotation to the furthest point.
Are you gonna do it to the first one?
And then the little arm is closer to
I'm not public like.
No, Kevin.
so it's
not asking you to rotate.
and then little arc be represented by y, because that's what the small arm is. So that's why.
Oh, I was thinking, wait.
Yeah, compared to this, we'll only go one. That's what I'm saying. What is that?
Would be interesting.
Maybe I just like looked at your thing. I'm
Ready
like,
to
well,
not this creative.
Figure it out. You always really get that.
I could be wrong. Yeah, what's your first answer? You're right.
I don't know if it's happening or so, but.
I got you.
I don't know. You have
So like, what did you get for part?
This one, I worked
So we're
yesterday.
but okay.
You evaluated it.
So
Because this zero, like the integral, it
Alright.
was like zero.
Oh, but actually, perhaps if you give me the.
No, I got it.
Zero to nine. 0 to 0.9.
I don't even know myself.
What? Yeah, but don't.
What do you think is budget negotiation? Question 3 is somehow.
We're gonna always put at this.
Scrap it.
Yeah, Mr. A. Mr. A. Is it divide decimal place or 3 decimal place?
Did you like?
I'll do.
Before the
First one is 0.906.
I don't know if I can go.
You guys get why that's how it is?
It's a little bit. It's a little bit.
Yeah. You can find the first area on the graph.
I didn't even
Good,
know.
right? Now your second one is going to be that point to the x-intercept. Find the x-intercept.
Okay, originally we had for it was 2 squared, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you move down, then you move down.
Is the divot.
That's true. Yeah, but that's what they that's what they answered.
Alvin, can you help out Rayhan?
You know what, you can go figure it out.
So you like draft on the calculator.
Okay, so I have this.
You grab your 8.
Alright.
Yeah, that's what I started doing. But
Find the volume.
Also, like how far do you?
Well, I think
When I didn't do fourth grade, do you know like when this was right, but like when I was doing my
it's going around the x
then like when you're finding like this very here, do you know how to do that?
this, right? Because it's still touching the
wait,
just the
I did it, it's not like the very first one. My or my square. But then I in my notes in my
And if you did next time you do
oh
all
yeah,
of
okay.
it.
Try to find the and then so it's an area like full. I mean, okay, so basically it's like you're trying to find the distance
Yeah,
between
for
the
that
line.
and then you like spin around.
Yeah, like area in between there. So it's kind of like area between the curve axis.
wait, so you're trying to like
The
this area or this area?
so is it like we're subtracting out of it. So technically this 4 minus 6 squared would be this part. I have to see here.
The shaded area?
Not the unshaded area.
Oh, okay.
That's all you need.
After 16, you get those unshaded. You're
Oh, okay.
be so from 0 to 2.
Yeah, how are you gonna like move it and then knock it back?
Wait, so
No,
5 0 to 2.
But also it's basically
Yeah, good. No. And then it's about in the terms of what
equation
terms do you want to do? Yeah, actually.
when you're doing basically just finding
All right,
then we multiply by 5.
first page. What question you have? Let us see for which one. 1. What the 1 says? Shh. What the 1 says? Y equal to x squared. Okay. Y equal to 0. X equal to 2. Okay, so this is the graph. Boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Y equal to 0. So it's this part. X equal to 2. This part. Okay, rotating where? Y equal to 4. Okay, so rotating here. I already told you guys how to do this yesterday. What did I say? What do I do? You're gonna tell me what is the procedure? Is this a vertical line or horizontal line? Good. How many line they are? How many line they are? 2. Okay, good choice. It stopped right here. You hit this boundary. You hit another boundary. The big one is gonna be your big R.
I thought you had two like shapes like this spinning wash.
I don't know. That's not what I say. That's not exactly what I say. Think about this as shader region. Think about this as shader region right here. The first time it hit, you had to hit outside this shader region and this inside shader region because this is washer. So this is washer. And this is disk or dx or dy. dx. What's the boundary? Zero to 2. Okay. What is the big R of x? 4? 4 is right. Because it's always 4. It doesn't matter what I switch. Small r of x. Omar, what's small r of x?
What would you make from x? So x squared?
Huh?
X squared?
No. You didn't pay attention to what I told you yesterday.
Root. No, it's integral from 2 minus x squared in parentheses.
No. Why is other people understanding? You don't understand. You're not asking questions. Well, why is that? Why she's asking question? You're not. You just kind of zone out for a second.
Oh no. I think I caught off guard.
Yeah, because you're zoning out.
Yeah. Love it.
So remember, this one is total is 4. I gotta subtract the functions. So if I give you different color, I told you yesterday, step 7 is really important. Step 7 is a function. The function represents from x-axis to the graph. So that's gonna be 4 minus x squared. So therefore, integration between 0 to 2. Don't forget the pi. If you forget on AP exam, that's wrong. 4 minus 4 minus x squared dx. What do I forget? Squares. And that's it. You plug in a calculator and work it out. If it's right, then you go back to work out the math. Why you waste so much time on working it out? No. Plug in, work it out first, get it right, go back. Evaluate it. That's fine. Yes.
This is kind of going back, but why exactly is it a washer again if it's touching the x-axis?
Okay, are you good at Fortnite? Kidding. I don't know.
I'm very good.
Somebody told me like there's a shape look like this. I don't know if it's true, but so imagine that this, if I rotating here, it's gonna form like a wheel, but it's hollow inside. Not like hollow, but it's those carved out. So there's a big radius and small radius. Yeah, that's a spinning. Yeah, spinning inside the board and outside the board. First of all, you take the whole cylinder. You take all this. You take this whole. This is gonna be a cylinder shapes. That is your big R. The small r is the carve out. So you're gonna have to carve out here. So that's your radius of R. Yes.
Can you show what this is? Because you said go to the line and go to outside the line.
Yeah, I said when you draw, you can have possibly draw 1 line or 2 lines. So in this case, first you stop the boundary, you hit the boundary. That's the first line, and the second, that's the second boundary. So there's 2 lines. So it's washer.
It's 2 lines because it says y equals 0.
No, it's not because y equals 0. Oh well, yeah, y equals 0. Yeah, because of the graph. Based on the graph, I graphed it. I know I gotta stop here.
Can you draw where it's a washer and it's only 1 time we touch it?
Washer? No, washer is not going to be 1 time. Washer is going to be 2 times. Disk is 1 time. Okay, so what would be a good example for disk? Let me ask people. What would be a good example for disk?
An example. I think the 1A. It's just like the power, like integral of from 0 to 2 of x to the power of 4. No, the actual question.
No, there's another way to do a disk here.
Oh,
How about rotate at x equal to 2?
yeah, that's fair.
That's 1b?
1D.
1d, yeah. So then the next part. You guys just have to go try it. I think, Julissa, you didn't go try what I asked you to do. The problem is you didn't try it. You don't know what is going on. I already tried to provide as easiest math that you can do here. And this is the axis rotation right here. This is the axis rotation. It's from axis because rotating here, so this is axis rotation. You draw from here to here. There's only 1 bound. There's no second line. The y-axis doesn't count. It's not a boundaries. It's not bounded graph. There's only one line here. So this is a disk or washer. That's gonna be a disk. What will be the dx or dy?
Yes.
No, you moron. Not dx. It's horizontal. Last time it's dx. This time it has to be dy. You guys gotta pay attention. I write down all the notes for a reason, but you guys don't go back and look at the damn notes. Look at it. I don't know where they're at. Even like, okay, even like Ria. Go look at Ria's notes. Go look at Ria's note, what she posted yesterday. Go back and look at it. Take a picture of that. Look. If it's a vertical, dx. If it's horizontal, dy. Go back and refer it. You guys gotta need to learn at your notes. You cannot just like, oh, I'm just gonna go with this. This is my gut instinct. You don't go with the gut instinct. You have to understand why.
Can you further explain how it's one line? I hear what you're saying, but
What do you mean not one line? You gotta look. There's only one thing you can reach. There's no second line. If you draw from an axis rotation, there is no second line to reach. There is no second boundaries. There's no second boundary. This one is axis, has nothing to do with the bound. Like, you guys gotta pay attention on what I'm gonna say. I'm not trying to harm you, but you gotta pick up information. You gotta use the information I give it to you. You cannot just like, those questions should have been asked yesterday, not today. Today you should be master all the skills. You cannot leave my room without understanding. And if you don't, come back after school. How many people show up after school? I know Omar did not. I know Lakshmi did not. I know some of you guys did not. But you cannot leave the room without understanding. You should have asked all those questions yesterday. Hey, I want to make sure I understand everything before I leave. You cannot leave until you go home and you struggle. You waste times. You got to understand, time got to be efficiency. If you don't understand, you got to make sure you understand the same day. You do not leave this room until you understand. Come back out to school. Come out lunch. Hey, Miss Shea, let's minutes this again. That's fine. But you asked me today on a question I already go over yesterday. You asked me too late. Yesterday should be recognized this. What will be here though? What is here? Two minus square root of y. Thank you. Why is this? Because I said number 7. Number 7 is a function. In this case, y equal to x squared, x equal to square root of y. That is going to be from here to here. It's not the axis rotation to there. So it's 2 minus square root of y. That is your big R. So this is a big R of y. So start with dx or dy. dy horizontal. Start with disk washer. This is a disk. Start a boundary. This boundary is from where to where? 0 to 4. Thank you. So it'll be 0 to 4, right? Disk. So it's a big R of y. So it's going to be from here to here. The function is given from here to here. Fine. 2 minus that. So it'll be 2 minus root y dy squared. Omar, if you want to get a 5 on the AP exam, don't just talk. You gotta dig deep to try to understand them. I have no way to intention to harm you or call you a moron or anything like that. But I have intention is I don't think you guys work hard enough. If you work hard enough, you should be asking questions throughout the chat. If you're working hard enough, you should be try to understand everything. I don't want you half-ass. everything. I want you full ass, not half ass. You gotta try your best to get every single one right. The people that categorize that this in this classroom, I will say right now is Melissa, Sophia, Amanda's giving her best with her ability, but it's fine. I can take that. Alvin is fine. Lyndon is putting good work. Not enough effort on being precise yet, but you guys gotta try. If you want to earn 5 on AP exam, you gotta try for it. You gotta try to understand it before I even test you. You cannot leave. Give me half effort. This is the hard stuff. I already told you before. Next question. Yeah.
We do 2D.
2D. Fine. Now it's question. Good. 2D. What is 2Ds?
Let me see. It says so from y equals 1.
Y equal to 1.
Y equals 1 plus root x.
Okay, so that's gonna be something like this.
Yeah. And then y is equal to 1.
Y equal to 1. That means it's gonna be something like this.
And then x equals 4.
X equal to 4. That means something like this. So same graphs moving upwards. Okay.
They want to rotate it when x equals 6.
X equal to 6. X equal to 6. Ooh, this one's a good fun one. X equal to 6 is right here. Axis rotation. Okay. Omer. It's dx or dy?
This one's gonna be horizontal, so dy.
Good. How many none? Is a disc or washer?
This is gonna be a washer.
Good. So first line from here to here. Second line from here to here. Okay, so it's washer. Okay, so what boundary to what boundary?
Probably like 0 to 6.
No.
Oh. 0 to 3, because that's like the highest one. Oh, this.
No. Huh?
1 to 3.
1 to 3. Okay, yeah. Because you start taking integral, start from this line. And you go into the up. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you stop right here. So it's going to be from 1 to 3. Okay, dy. So there's a washer. So there's a big R of y. What do you think is big R of y is? And what is small r of y? Which one's easier? Let me ask you. Which one's easier? That's the little r of y or big r of y? Y. What is that? What is r of y here? Small r of y. It's always some number.
What axis to the function?
No. Remember, yesterday I said draw from the axis rotation to the function. This is what I'm looking for. How far is that? 2, not 2 squared. 2. Squared later. It's just 2. There's always 2. It doesn't matter where here. There's always 2. Got it?
Yep.
Next thing, what's big RY? Nope. It's not always 4. Look at it. This line can be here, could be here. It's getting longer as it go down.
It's gonna be 2 minus and parentheses 1 plus root x.
You are not thinking still. What?
Y minus 1 squared minus 6.
No.
6 minus 1 squared.
There we go. Look at here. This is a function. What is this? This one is what? Y minus 1 square, right? Equal to x, right? So this one is y minus 1 square. But that's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in the red line. How do I get a red line? Think about the black. Sorry, this is black here. From here to here. All the way from here to here. Subtract the green is equal to the red. Is that okay? So 6 minus y minus 1 square. So 6 minus y minus 1, not square, sorry. Oh yeah, square, sorry. It is square. And that's gonna be square minus 2 square. By what I can tell, with Omar, the work there is not 100%. It's more like 35%. You gotta give me more effort. And Kevin, you cannot get volumes negative, and that's gonna be okay with. You gotta find the damn answer before you leave. You gotta find the correct answer. You cannot just be, oh, that's good enough. I got an answer. But the answer is wrong. There's no point of doing that. What's the difference between Sophia and Nathan? Is because they want to get the right answer. They want it more than you guys. It's not because they are smarter than you guys. They want it more. You gotta want it when you're doing something. You cannot half-ass your way. One thing I'm very proud of is Melissa. Melissa is another person here. She putting a lot of effort on the recent stuff. She used to getting bad grade on a test. Now she's getting 80s, 90s. Why? Because they put in the effort. They says, you know what? It doesn't matter what it costs. I'm gonna put in more. You cannot just laugh. Says it's okay. It is not okay. If you don't understand it, it's not okay. Don't take it okay for complacence. You cannot be complacent. You have to give the best. Now, some people are weak in math and understand. Like Adam, he's bad at math, but that's okay. But he give me 100%. There's a difference. I see him after school. I see him working with Corbin. There's a heart, there's souls, there's Amanda. I see her, she come to lunch every time. Mr. A, let me ask you this question. That is the effort. You gotta take that extra step. You cannot just talk, say, I want to get a 5. You gotta act like you want to get a 5. There's a difference, people who can talk and act. I'm sorry about renting, but that's just what I see. Like, Linda need to be more precise. Right? And you know that. Alvin has already changed that. Alvin used to be like same as Lyndon, but Alvin's becoming more precise. I can see each person grow. Is this okay? This is right now. A lot less red than before. But just by seeing that, Omar, I have to lower that to orange. This color is determined by your determination. It's not determined by your intellect. There are people who have wills to fight it. There are people who are willing to fight it. And even if it's red right now, you're willing to fight it whatever it costs. You gotta fight all the way to the end. You got what, 70 days left. Plenty of time. But you cannot give me the same attitude each time. I just say, oh, okay, I'm good enough. I work 2 out of 4. What I can stand, some of you guys does this. First question they don't know how to do, they stop right there. They don't go further. So I don't know how, that question I don't know how to do. I cannot do further. You gotta give me more, not just this, not just be good enough. Good enough is never good enough. I told my son that too. Not only I told you guys, the same way I teach you guys, the same way I teach my kids. Good enough is not good enough. Good, you want to be better. You want to be the best. That's how you be contagious. I hear this Kobe Bryant story is very interesting. He was in Las Vegas training for Olympic, and everybody's partying. Come back in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. They were partying after the game. They're coming back, and they walk into the hotel room, and they see Kobe Bryant walking outwards, drenching sweat. It's like, "What's up, Kobe? What are you doing?" Is I just finished my workout. Next day, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, they are the best player in the world. They are like, holy shit, Kobe's working. Second day, 3 o'clock, Kobe Bryant and LeBron James in the gym with Kobe Bryant. That attitude is contagious. If you give me half-ass attitude, it's not. It's also contagious. Those are people going to parties. You gotta let's get the shit done right. Let's get it done. You cannot have that attitude of just good enough. I know you a lot of time. I give Omar a lot of hard time today because Omar gave me and says, "I'm gonna bribe you, gummy bear, man." No, it's not laughing and joke. You don't need to bribe nobody. You need to get it yourself. You gotta fight. You cannot just say, "Okay, that's good enough." I think Relay is not good at math, but she's fighting. I appreciate that. I don't care what it is. By end of the year, if she still keep on fighting until all the way to the end, it doesn't even matter if she passed AP exam or not. If she doesn't, she doesn't. But I will still give her a fair grade. But if she stopped fighting, then I will say, no, I'm just keeping that grade. At the end of the year, it's all about me, adjust your grade. But if I don't see the heart, I cannot do that. It's really the grade is how I think of you. Next question. Sure, which one? Number 4, okay. Number 4 is actually non-calculator. It was my fault. But I have a solution here. It's pretty easy. So let me see if I can find a solution. Area and volume. Omar, I'm not attacking you, but I want it better from you. Yeah, you gotta show me a better version. I know you're capable of it. That's why I'm hard on you. If you're not capable, I won't be like that. Let me see if I can find it. I will give you. Area and volume. Area question. No. There's answers. Yeah. Answers right here. And that's how much stuff you have to write down for AP exam. So Nathan, please write down stuff. Yes.
Before the exam, are you gonna like test us on like everything we did throughout the year again, like a review?
We're gonna test every day for the fourth quarter. Every single day. You use a calculator, find the intersections. So try to do that now. Kevin, your big cat is blocking the window.
Yeah.
No. You should understand it right now. It's not about posting or not posting. Try to care about right now.
Can you zoom in?
Zooming where? Which one?
Like the second?
Second one? Yeah, sure. The first one you did okay? Good. Those people, those are good student. They care about now. I think. Yep.
For numbers on the first one, same as they got, we just got different answers.
What?
No, never mind. They didn't just do 5. I just did 5. That's fine.
This is a 2 FRQ from 2002 and 2003. This is the actual FRQ. Those are FRQ. This is back then. FRQ used to be hard. This is actually a hard question. Now FRQ exam, AP College Board is really bad for math. Horrible for math. It lowered the standard so much. You win the competition, you will know. Nathan, I think Sophia should go to competition next year. I beg you guys to go. You guys see what the real world look like. If the people that go to MIT, you want to see people go to Harvard, you see those people has different skill sets. If you go to UCF, okay. But if you want to go to Ivy League, you got to have a different set of skill. You got to learn how to compete with those kids. Because those kids go to Yale and Harvard's. Alvin, you should have gone to math competition. You're good enough now. Your fingers speak and work on math. What was that game you playing? I imagine that finger speed on math competition is going to be very helpful. What's that game called? What is that?
Project Sakai.
Project Sakai?
I converted it. I converted A like to that answer. Like if I didn't, they like kind of wrong. Cause I know it adds like point and it's points. So
I don't know. Back then they care. Now they don't care.
So yeah, when I took the where's the line here? For D. Oh, that's it. That's fine. So if you do that, I do the two subtracted by.
I did 3 to 6.
So, but if you do 3 to 6 and you're including the bottom part, you're including like the big, yeah, the bit that goes under it.
Oh, okay, so because I looking at that it's
So you
just
have to
getting
like
the
stop it
period.
at 0 to make that.
Okay, that's fair enough. So that this
That's fine.
These guys said 4x. Trying to find the. Yeah. Alright, interval, tell me go 3.
Where did that go?
Anybody's not gonna show up a whole week next week. Nobody, right?
The whole week?
No, because some people like they don't show up like the last week of school.
People next week's the last week. I'm not gonna be here.
I'm out to punch you. I'm gonna give you a test review. It's basically almost same as a test.
What is?
It's gonna look like Miss Davis. Huh?
Happy Friday.
Yeah.
We only see him for like 20 or 30 minutes tomorrow, and then we'll have
Is there a tutoring today, or no? Because the SAT.
There's a SAT, guys. There's a SAT today if you want to show up.
So
What?
is like the normal tutoring not
You
happening?
can still come here. You can work on both.
Okay, thank you.
I have one student.
Oh, you took 3 of them so far.
I did 3 of them. So if I still goes down, I'm leaving.
The whole thing is when you work in the, you don't have access to all the Tennessee. You can't just like write it out.
You only get 4.
Yeah, you only get 4. I have like 30.
Okay, the good thing is like by now I'm got everything on practice.
For building a cash position despite stocks continuously hitting all-time highs.
Hey, y'all back out.
My reading was like, but my reading is like,
The two in one word for that. Like I drew the lines like that.
Right, so you're rotating around.
Right? I drew the line from here, right? Put that in my, obviously this is bigger.
Oh, you're yeah. It's not a washer.
every time I take a test, I'm like, not. I do.
Yeah, not a, interesting.
Yeah. I guess you can do it.
Why can't you
break it down? We need to find this area, right? So we take the full rectangle thing, we subtract it, because I didn't go horizontally. So we subtract it by this area.
I couldn't do the beginning. Oh, I can't do that.
Never differentiate. It would just be right. Right.
This is before.
Bound.
Oh, like if you hit the bound immediately.
Setup is right. I got
There's two washers.
Yeah, you. Okay, and then I got.
Right.
Oh, yeah, sorry. And then I got 7 points.
Yeah, you're not.
And then I got 1.5. I got
I've been fixing it.
I don't know, like most times, like ideas.
I did.
Some class, it's set in the question, so you plug extra. Yeah, so I did derivative, derivative, times 3.
I know how to do D. All right, so those are the last FRQ questions here. Yeah, so
This better be like that. These two are crossed.
And I just feel like part A, yeah.
Brady is absent again. He's got senioritis.
I would do my bounce be from 0 to whatever that
I was like, man, what you do first? But like, try
No, but then you do it.
I did not know. Like, I guess we could be
No, you have to do R minus. Yeah, you would have to do R, but then you would have to put it in DI.
Oh,
Wait, so why is
Well, we can.
yeah. Like, I did A, you just solved for this. And then
You can stay there.
I mean,
D. You probably forgot because this one's 156.038 pi. Your answer is already multiplied by pi.
Okay, yeah, it can be a fraction. It was like 7,000.
You gotta work it out, see if it's equal to 156 times pi.
no, I get it.
This is the first one. I'm gonna show you the first one. First one, you have to find intersections. It's 0.902. And you had to find the x-intercept because you had to go all the way to the end. Now, you can do it in y perspective. I think what Jamie was talking about, right? If you're doing y perspective, that's going to be arc10 of y. And that's going to be something like q root of something. So, actually, that can be done with one integral. Which is super awesome. I think way better than this. But you have to find out the y value of the intersections. So Jamie, you did that? Yeah, you gotta find the y value intersection. So you gotta do integration between 0 to 1.266 rather than 0.902. Maybe you make a mistake on that? You didn't do it? Okay. B is gonna be 1.161 because that's just area of S. Area of S is not too bad. You have to do integration 0 to 0.902. That's fairly easy. The third one is rotating around x-axis. That's a washer. You have to understand that's a washer. And that's that.
There are 5 RQs on the AP exam.
Huh?
There's 5 RQs on the AP exam.
6.
It should be.
Yeah, 8.6
Oh,
cut
you
to
did
pi
calculus,
should be.
Yeah, I think I might go.
Oh, yes.
So when we answer on like the AP exam, we didn't want it in terms.
Yeah.
Do they want in term what?
Yeah, you can ignore.
Doesn't matter.
dy.
You can multiply the pi. You don't have to.
0 to
Whatever that point is. It always says pi.
The FRQ is not too hard, right?
No, it's not that.
It's manageable. My test is probably harder than that, but FRQ is not too bad.
For instance, that.
Now, don't waste time to like work out things. Use a calculator setup. Figure out a setup because on AP exam FRQ they just care about the setup. Rest of them you can use calculator. Rarely they want you to work out. I think used to be a long time ago, like 20 years ago, they want you to work out, but they know like kids arithmetic skill is not there, so they just usually do it as a calculator section. Like even 2001, this is 23 years ago, and they allow you to use calculator to work it out. So the only time that they ever want you to calculate by hand, working out everything, it's probably like 30 or 40 years ago. But this one is already able to use calculator.
So both of those FRQs you have to learn these?
Most of the time they are calculators.
How many calculator FRQs are there?
Two. Yeah, two calculator. And 4 without calculator. So those 2 are probably gonna be right in and right out. And second one is probably gonna be, now area and volume happened a lot less recently, but it haven't happened for a while. But I think it will happen this year because haven't happened area and volume for a while. So I think they will definitely do it this year. I'm not sure, but it's my prediction. I don't know. I could be wrong. But I usually predict 10 topics, and now lay on about 9 of them. So, and they are pretty much the same 10 topics that usually are. Like one of the must is differential equation, FTC, and rate in, rate out, kinematic, area and volume. So there are just 6 right there already. There's trapezoid, average values, implicit derivative is gonna be sometimes. Slope field is going to be along with differential equation. So it's very easy to predict those questions. I'll write down those 10 topics at the end. Yes.
For your test on Thursday, are we allowed to use calculator?
No, the one that you're allowed to use calculator, I'm just going to only ask setup. So like, for example, you only have to set up, you don't have to evaluate it. Can I move on to the other one?
Wait, Mr. Ian, with 3A, can you do it the other way also?
Yeah, I think it's better to do the other way. I do it, but you have to do 0 to 1.266.
That's right.
Okay, that's good. Because it's actually gonna get some answers.
Sorry, make sure.
I hate to find a x-intercept and I have to find the intersection. So those two those value is very hard to define. But it's a lot more work on calculator. So I just do it in calculator. I'm looking for the intersection for y value. So I just do it in term y. I think time takes is a lot shorter. Next questions. Okay, so the first worksheet. Can you tell me which one you want me to go over?
2C.
What's everybody else 2C? It's easy. 2C, I don't remember the function, but I think it's y equal to x squared, right? Or y equal to 1 plus x?
Yeah, 1 plus root x.
1 plus root x, okay, so. What's the other function? Y equal to 1? And x equal to 4. Okay. And it's rotating where? Y equal to 3? Or y equal to 4?
I think for y equals to 3.
Y equal to, okay.
Is that the line?
Like this? No, why can it? Y equal to 3? That doesn't make sense. No, hold on a second. Hold on. My point's not making sense. Y equal to 3 does make sense. I lied. Okay, y equal to 3, so my axis rotation is right here. Okay, remember you draw a line from axis rotation to the graph, to the bounded graph. If when you hit a 2 line, you get a washer. 1 line is a disk. Omar, can you tell me is this dy dx, disk a washer, and boundary? What would it be? It's a washer. Is that dy dx?
dy.
Look at Ria's notes. Did you take a picture of Ria's notes yesterday? What did they say? Ria had nice handwriting. Because you read mine, be like some chicken scratch, like some kindergarten wrote.
I just go watch.
Huh?
Oh,
Vertical, horizontal.
May I have your attention?
You gotta be kidding me. Brady, it's all your fault. Did you trip the fire alarm on the way in? It's like I don't want to go to yes cars. I'm gonna pull the fire alarm. It has to be you. Let me look at the camera.
May I have your attention, please? There has been a fire alarm reported in the building.
Dude, I'll wait a little
Proceed to the nearest exit and evacuate.
You might run away and beat.
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? There has been a fire alarm reported in the building. Please proceed to the nearest exit and evacuate the building. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? There has been a fire alarm reported in the building. Please proceed to the nearest exit and evacuate the building. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? There has been a fire alarm reported in the building. Please proceed to the nearest exit and evacuate the building. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? There has been a fire alarm reported in the building. Please proceed to the nearest exit and evacuate the building. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? There has been a fire alarm reported in the building. Please proceed to the nearest exit and evacuate the building. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? There has been a fire alarm reported in the building. Please proceed to the nearest exit and evacuate the building. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? There has been a fire alarm reported in the building. Please proceed to the nearest exit and evacuate the building. May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? There has been a fire alarm reported in the building. Please proceed to the nearest exit and evacuate the building.
We are all clear from our drill. Again, at this time, we are all clear. You may re-enter the building and resume your normal activity. Thank you for your cooperation.
Oh, is that the soccer one? No.
There he is.
No. No, no, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What's too
Well, I had it, but like, I remember.
What's audio?
Oh, yeah. It's like, oh, sure. Yeah. Well, no, like, you like have to hit the soccer ball, but then you have to like miss the seat, you know?
Oh yeah.
And then there was like the just kind of like one line. Yeah, that.
If you think about it.
That was the one that you had.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Balance versus.
Oh yeah. I think we didn't do that one.
Like whatever I'm falling right now. Yeah. I think doing it. Oh yeah.
No problem.
Yeah, he's works like every day.
He's a shit.
Has to play.
One of the best game ever created is a home way. Yeah. With more archery game.
Bro, I was voted at Wii Bowling.
Well, oh, tennis. Wii tennis.
Oh, Wii
Oh.
Dude, I used to get heated with Wii boxing.
You know how they hit a corner shot that nobody can return?
I knew those super
Yeah.
It gets very competitive with that Wii Sports game.
Yeah.
Huh?
The sword fight one.
Oh, the fencing.
That's so nice. Oh my god.
I love the Wii Sports. All right, so all right, so Omar says this is dy, but this is actually dy.
It's DX is horizontal.
Dx is horizontal. Good. So you gotta read the notes when I'm trying to give you a notes that you can help follow. And I even asked Ria to take a picture because I know nobody can read my handwriting. So yeah, so here is gonna be one line, and here is gonna be a second line. The second line stay the same the whole time, right? What is the second line? Well, second line is r of x is equal to what? 2. Always 2. It doesn't matter where. But the first line, the blue line, is actually interesting because the function is to here. This one is 1 plus root x, right? So, and the whole thing is 2. So how do I get a blue line?
The whole thing's 3.
Oh, 3, sorry, I can't count. So how do I get the blue line? Three minus 1 plus root x. Put a parenthesis around it. So this is small r of x. Big R of x is equal to 2. And then all you gotta do is work out everything. What is the boundary? What is the boundary? 0 to 4 pi. And it's 2 parenthesis minus 3 minus 1 plus root x parenthesis parenthesis dx. What am I missing? Done. Yeah. Outside neighborhood, not really. Yeah, the outside's kind of sketchy.
My friends and I have tournaments there. There was one day where we got chased around the fence. We were walking to the wall.
Yeah, that neighborhood's pretty sketchy. It's like it's a one of a like lower demographic area.
Lower demographic. They don't have ADHD.
Wait, what?
Like, that is-
This
Really, it-
minus the second.
Maybe the nodes are.
Big R is this.
Is she right around?
Yeah, so big R would be X minus.
Wait, hold on a second.
And then little R is.
Yeah, vertical is dx. Horizontal is dy. Yeah, that's
Big
right.
R is this R.
No, this is dx. See, this is a vertical line.
And you're looking for this, right? From your axis.
Oh, the.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's
the X, yeah.
You're looking for this option. That's why you use that. Yeah. Big R is, this is your axis.
All right, next one.
This is the,
Yeah, see, there's two lines. Two is the big line.
it's your total, like, total minus.
You know,
Cause it leaves the rest of it.
here. So here, right? That's,
3 minus.
this is the big line.
So when it's constant, you just look at it from the distance from the axis of rotation, and then
Big line like
when it's not constant, it's the axis of inflated.
Yeah, if it's over here, it's still small. What do you want? It's still smaller than that.
Next one.
2D.
Did anybody got everything right on that page? No, on that first page. Everything right? Yeah, it should take a couple try. There's a way to just get an answer. I think a lot of you guys are now like, you gotta like have that attitude. I'm gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop until I get it right. It's just I don't see those attitude insert in your head says, look, I have to get it right. Because a good student should be able to go through this 4 problem in less than 10 minutes. All right, something D, 3D, 2D. Okay, what does 2D says?
2D is just now. X equals 6.
X equals 6. Ah, easy, cake.
X is big.
I was so stupid the other day. I was trying to draw a line on the board, and I was trying to wait until it's straight. I was like, oh, wait there. I was like, I just wait there. I was like, so.
Oh, and you erased it, you did it 4 times, and it still didn't work.
I waited for like 5 seconds. It was so stupid. I was like, why is it not straight? That was so stupid.
Magic marker.
They should invent one just for me.
BOGLEG. This is not a word.
I was rotating here, right? 6. All right, so this is a good question. This is a question I'm gonna put on the test, and this is a question everybody starts screwing around. Okay, so Omar, it's dx or dy here? Dy, good, because it's gonna be horizontal, and you're gonna draw from the axis rotation. So this is the first line, and you're gonna stop right here, and you're gonna go to the second line. You're gonna draw it all the way from here to here. Now this one's changing. The first one's not. So first of all, is this dx or dy? Dx, right? Is it disc or washer?
Washer.
Washer. What's the boundary? 1 to 3. Good. Okay, so it's dy. Sorry, dy.
Thank you.
Now. The problem is, what is a big R of Y? What's a big R of Y? But what is small R of Y? Which one's easier, by the way?
Small r.
Which is what?
2.
2, right? Not 2 squared, just 2. Because we can do R squared later. But the problem is the function is from here to here. Do you see? If I have the function, what is a function, by the way? Y equal to 1 plus root x, y minus 1 equal to x, x is equal to y minus 1 squared. On the note, we said x equal to something is the distance from x-axis to the function, which is the purple line. But I don't want a purple one. We want a red line. Does that make sense? So the red line must be what? Yep. The whole thing is going to be 6, right? 6 minus purple. You get the red. So be 6 minus the purple, which is y minus 1 square. And then that is going to be this. So be 1 to 3. Don't forget pi. Don't forget 6 minus y minus 1 square. And some people says, what if I don't put a parenthesis? It's wrong. And that should be right answer, hopefully. Yeah, I forgot the square. See? Don't forget the square. Don't forget the pi. Don't forget the dx. Don't forget the boundaries. Let me ask you another one. What if the same graph I rotate at x equal to -3? What if I change the question a little bit? And matter of fact, you're going to get that question. What if I rotate at x equal to -3? Same graph, x equal to -3. It's going to be kind of hard.
This, you're doing 6 minus this to find. Okay, this whole thing. So this from the y-axis to this whatever. That's or no, that's 6. Like the total between these 2 lines. Yeah. So you're taking 6 and you're giving this function. So y minus 1 squared. I don't know. Y minus gives you that.
So right now I'm rotating x equal to -3. How do I figure out this?
Your y. So you're taking 6 minus this. That's 3. Is the cube up here? No, because you're looking at the distance of the axis.
Oh, yeah.
That's why you have. So you're taking. When you look at big R, you're looking at the entire. When you look at little r, you're looking at that. When you take the big R, you just triangle. That goes away.
Oh,
We had to do this thing. 7 minus. Oh wait, I forgot. Wait, hold on. Something's up here.
I was thinking of 3 to start with the house small one and make 3 there to the end of the far.
Wait, no, 3 plus this. Yeah,
because you're adding it, it's always right next to it. It's already, it's not going
dy only is only measurable from the y-axis. There's like a 3 that.
So 3 plus
y minus 1.
This is 3.
But what did you just be
You said this, which is
y squared
right.
minus 2y.
I get it. I got
Plus 1. Did you simplify it? No, I didn't see. This dy. The dy, right? Yeah.
Why?
What you guys get? I could pi from 1 to 3 plus 7 squared minus
You guys done?
parentheses 3 plus parentheses.
Okay, so is it dx or dy? dy is it disc or washer?
No.
Washer is the boundary is what?
1 to 3.
1 to 3.
Y also take up 1.
Okay, so those are the three determination. So what is r of y here, and what is r of y here? So what is the big R of y? It's always 7 because it's all the way from here to here. 7. What is small r of y?
Y minus squared.
3 plus what? Yep, that's perfect. 7 square minus 3 plus y minus 1 square square dy between 1 to 3 pi, and that should give you a right answer here. Omar, you got this? How many of you guys got this answer? Good. Okay, that's good.
This is what I'm saying.
Wait, why would it be 3y instead of 7 minus? A little confused on that.
What?
Like on the second part, like the small r, how'd you get 3 plus?
Okay, so you think about it, it's like 2 layers. So it's gonna go from here to here, right?
Yeah, I got that.
And then for here, this is 3. So 3 plus the function. This is a function of y, f of y.
Oh, yeah.
Don't put an equal to 4 because that would give you y. You're giving x.
So that's why you have to draw it. Once you draw it, it can figure out what it is.
You're looking for the y value. If you're solving for x, I don't know what you're doing. If you plug in 4, then you get 1.
Use my solver for something. You learn.
So if you understand this, you will have today's homework you're gonna see. You will have one graph to rotate on the graph, at edge of the graph, and also maybe a few units away from the graph, few units away from the graph, few unit above the graph, few unit on the left of the graph. So it's called off-axis rotation. You're gonna have to pick up all of them. Okay? And that's the test review is it's kind of like David's test. It's just same thing, different number. Daisy? Davies?
I said Dave. I just said the guy at the period.
Bro, I should need it. I never did an hour of
All right, so we're gonna learn something about cross section today. First, second period didn't get through this, but cross section. So cross section is a little bit different. It's not revolving. So not revolving. So it's not revolving something, not rotating something. So not, let me say not rotating. Not rotating. So we are not rotating something. So like before we rotate around x-axis, y-axis, something. Now is instead of says rotating. is every slice of the shapes is gonna be a oriented shape. Like what I mean is every slice shape I can decide are they square or semicircle or whatever, right? So you're gonna be like, well, what does that mean? So here I'm gonna show you. You guys can search your thing and also use your phone, search the thing. Because then you can copy this link into the WhatsApp. If somebody can do that for me, it'll be awesome. So use Google to search this. Wait, hold on. Why it's not working? Okay, yeah, it's working. Okay, GeoGebra. I don't know if you guys remember back in the days, teacher used GeoGebra. Desmo kind of overtake them, but it doesn't work. So let's do it here. Unless they told me no school Wi-Fi, which is I'm about to find somebody. Not now. GeoGebra and AP cross section. Okay, visualize for non-cross section, yeah. So so you search this, copy this link into WhatsApp if you can, and so it should be like this. XFGMAKTY. So yeah. So obviously this is a graph. The graph I'm interested is this graph is the x square and square root x graph. And I can move on the top. This is the graph I'm interested in. And there's a line here, right? Is that okay? So this is a slice. And this slice, I can decide the shape. Which shape do you want? Square or equilateral, triangle, or semicircle? What shape do you want? Huh? Triangle? Okay, let's do triangle. Triangle is going to be like this. And you cannot see the triangle, right? Okay, you're going to see the triangle now. Except every single slice, we're going to do it to 100 slice. It's look like a some type of I don't know, slug. But I don't think a slug, if you cut it up, it's gonna be a triangle.
So are you doing something like Raymond sum? Adding triangles?
What ideally, yes, you using integral, same thing as like Riemann sum. So you basically add up all this triangle, but the triangle has different. Do you see the base is different? It's based on how far the distance each other. This is equilateral triangle. Right, it's based on that. Or I can go a square. This one look kind of like slug, but probably not. So, see this? This is right. Again, break the pieces more. So it's gonna look like this. It look like a
Signs that when you like turn your head, it shows you a different picture.
is it?
Yeah.
It look like a I don't know, like the architectural shape, it looks like a Sydney Opera House. Hedgehog?
Like the thing with the spikes. Well, that's porcupine. Oh, like it's like the
Porcupine?
like the hamster with the spikes on the back. That's a hedgehog.
So if you slice the porcupine, it's gonna give you a square.
Wait, what's the hedgehog?
If you slice it all, hedgehog.
What is the one that doesn't spec ever?
It just rolls into like a ball.
Oh shoot! Did they both have spikes?
Okay, so let's check out semicircle. This semicircle, this look like probably like a slug. Or like silverfish. Have you seen silverfish?
What do we do with this?
What?
We wasted 4 minutes.
That's enough to teach.
Oh, that's it?
No.
1 minute left.
That's 1 minute? Challenge accepted.
Okay.
Challenge accepted.
She might have speed. Takes 30 seconds just to get to the icon.
Okay. So the oh.
And there goes.
Okay, so it's gonna be A to B. The D is the distance. That's the distance between curve. Between curve. Which is top minus bottom, right? Top minus bottom. Or the right minus left. And then, now we don't have a pi outside. So basically it's D squared. This just the shape of square. Why is that square? Because you get distance square. Right? Does that make sense? D square, which is the difference. If you take that, square it, would that be give you a square between A to B? That's gonna give you a square. Now, what happened with triangle? Triangle is gonna be like this, square 3/4, A to B. Semicircle is gonna be pi to A. A to B. D square. I'm done. Huh? DS is because there's a sides, so. Yeah, you can say DX, it's fine. DS or DX is fine.
Will you ever have to do Y with this?
Huh?
Will you ever have to do it Y?
Yeah, sometimes.
Is that a 4 over 8?
Square 3/4, pi over 8.
Should the D be inside parentheses or is it?
D should be inside the parentheses, yeah. Huh? This one's a triangle. This one's semicircle. Yeah, if you guys are interested in SAT lesson this afternoon, from 3 to 5. You can come after school. You can work in cabinets.
Yeah, I'm a man with responsibilities. I'm kidding. I'm going. I'll send you a picture.
This axis, right? Would be a washer, no?
Nope. Which way?
Like that way, like from this axis.
Is it this?
Is it this? Okay.
Because it's only one line. So you cross here, you start from the already start from the line on the edge of the shape. Go into the other side. It's only one line. The y-axis doesn't count.
Okay, why does it not count?
Because it's not bounded. You're not bounded by y-axis.
Oh, because the area isn't bounded by the y-axis.
Yeah.
Oh,
My dad's like.
I have training today at 5:30.
Oh.
But would I be able to leave half an hour early?
Anderson, get your ass here. Trying to help you pass. Trying to help you make money, man. And you don't want money. Yeah, but that's a small money.
You gotta optimize your cash flow.
A lot more easy money.
Easy money. All you gotta do is answer the right question.
Watching Kung Fu Panda 4 yesterday, I saw it. Story.
Kung Fu Panda 1.
No, I saw it.
You spend time and watch Kung Fu Panda. I'm about to do like a something a wushu finger hole on you. I'm about to do that wushu finger hole. I'll be like this.
What? What? What's wrong with her?
No, I don't feel like it.
Why?
I don't feel like obligated to do something.
Tony.
Allergy?
Yeah, a little bit, not too much though.
I have serious allergy issue yesterday. I'm so tired.
nice. Thank you.
Rajesh, I heard a story about you.
I can have a lot of meetings, and there's a lot of stories about me. When was the time you said story?
I heard you throw up at Kevin's party.
Oh, I did. I did. And then I felt bad. It was good.
Where you get that information?
Yeah, who told you that? Not interesting.
Little bird whispered to me.
Or whisper.
What's Kevin's party like?
It was cool.
Today, I went in the mirror today.
What?
I looked in the mirror today. I decided I don't want to be alone. I didn't do the homework, and I realized I need to get back on my shit.
You've been slacking, yeah. Honestly.
Yeah. Oh.
New color chart. No? No.
Who's the green? Probably. What could you do? What are you? Yellow? I think at one point it was in orange, so. Yeah. On the last list, on the last list, I think I was yellow, but I'm pretty sure between the last list and this list, I went to orange and back to yellow. What? Like, even if it wasn't documented, I'm pretty sure that's kind of where I went. I'm gonna try my best to get by. Me too.
Tony, what color are you? What? What's your name? Oh.
Wow. 48041 40,000. That's crazy. Showing what color it is. Who has 40,000 in their number? Their number's probably really easy to remember. Oh.
Oh, swear. Oh, yeah, you're very
I like the no. Wait, no, actually I am. Is there a reason that some of the greens are darker than others?
I cannot tell. They all look like sense. I cannot tell the shade. I can tell they're green. Not colorblind. I can tell all the color there.
The special colorblindness glasses?
I can tell they're blue, yellow. Some color might be wrong, but I'm still in the process figuring out some of the color, but some might be lower. Some might be higher, but right now that's as fast as I can do. I did that in like 10 minutes, so kind of see where you guys at. Yeah, but ideally is a lot less red than before. A lot less red than before.
There's no red, right?
What's Adam?
Huh?
What's Adam?
He's red.
He's red.
But his math skill is so low, but his algebra skill is too low too. But he's working very hard though.
He's always on the grind.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be at the same. We have
Not that.
What are you doing? What are you? I don't know. What color are you?
What are you doing? I'm yellow. He somehow managed to not be on the list.
What color am I? I'm probably purple or something.
Does purple mean you get like a 6 on the AP exam? Like, what is it?
Always question. Purple means you gotta drop out before you say.
It's like a modulus 5 type of situation where 6 goes back to 1 and you lose.
All right.
So well they do.
Did you guys do homework?
Yes.
Simon, did you do homework? Good. Tony, did you do homework? Fair. Yeah. I respect that. At least you told me straight up.
D for 2.
Anybody that didn't do homework?
And you ain't never said that to me when I told you I didn't do my homework. Come on.
This is what I got.
And then you're taking the SAT this week. But I don't think I really wanted to do it yesterday, but you think?
I'm not live streaming. Because I live stream, nobody will show up. And nobody show up is not effective.
Just don't tell people they're live streaming.
No. What?
I don't produce free content. Okay, 2 things. SAT lessons this afternoon from 3 to 5. You guys are more welcome to show up. Yeah.
Is it in person? Is it
In person.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to do it online. I just feel like online I cannot. Like you've been playing Roblox on the side and it's not very effective.
Will by hand evaluation be on tests? Or will it all just be set up?
Certain things. I will talk about that. You should have do is you should have set up first using calculator, figure out, and then try to see if you can get some calculation on a calculation wise. Bless you.
Oh.
Why is people ask me question on my chat?
Bro, what is he writing?
Whoa. He really wants you to use that.
I don't know anybody here.
He's trying to fan me.
No, I thought you were gonna say that. Directional derivatives and its gradient.
Hey, check the link to get some free Bitcoin.
Hey, Mr. Ye, do you want to teach us about directional derivatives and their gradient?
I honestly don't remember. Let's calculate.